Johanna. How are you?
I'm great, Tony. How are you?
Let's talk about the new horror movies that came out in 2022.
Hell yeah.
Yes. Before we get into our list, because you weren't in certain episodes.
Episodes, I wasn't in a single October episode, Tony.
Real quick, what did you think of the new Scream? I don't think you ever shared your opinion of that.
Oh yeah, I had COVID.
Yes.
I liked it. I definitely think my order of liking them is probably like Scream, Scream 2, and then Scream 4.
Oh, really? I put 4 above 2.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
It's better than Scream 3.
Yeah, that's not hard.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was okay.
And
I
then
didn't hate it.
now on the internet, you're supposed to either say it's the greatest thing ever or it ruined the trilogy. What did you think of Halloween Ends?
Just like John Carpenter, I loved it.
To be fair, he did work on these new trilogies, so
Yeah, but he already got his paycheck. He can talk shit if he wants to.
that's true. Well, it's still that's it. Okay, so you liked it.
I
You
liked it.
You said it's the best one ever.
Halloween Ends?
Yes.
Ever?
Anyway,
No.
so the first 2022 horror movie. This is one I saw.
Wait, what did you think about Halloween Ends?
I have a whole episode on it.
Oh yeah, you're on the fence per usual because you don't want to piss off people?
No, I piss people off. If that was the case, Ghostbusters Afterlife would have been a very different episode. So yes, the first movie we're going to talk about that I saw in theaters was Don't Worry, Darling. I saw this one recently. Now, this one had a very, very really publicized production. Olivia Wilde directed this. The screenplay was done by Katie Silberman. I was very interested in this film. The trailer was very like gripping. It's like, okay, something's weird here. I want to know
like psychological stuff going on.
Yes, there's some psychological stuff going on here. Is it a cult? Is it this? And I like Chris Pine. I like a lot of the actors in this, actually. Florence Pugh. Nick Kroll was in it, which I thought was pretty funny. Harry Styles. There is I will say he was getting shit on for his accent, and I think the movie actually gives it a reason. Yeah. Yes. Oh, sorry. Mike Moorhead, 199. Killing Randy off knocks Scream 2 down for me. No, I'm fine with that. So
yeah, I was upset. But...
Yeah. So Don't Worry, Darling. We sat there in the theater, we were watching, like, okay, what's going on here? What's going on here? They're dropping little cute clues, little mysteries. And then, like, the twist is explained. But it's one of those where it was just like, okay, well, that just felt like too obvious. So I didn't think it was going to be that. But then when you think of the twist, like other little things they added earlier on don't make any sense. Now I have like more questions, but not in a fun way.
Okay.
It's like this could be like a David Lynch movie where he's like, fuck you, I'm not explaining anything. We live inside a dream. There's a lady singing in the radiator. You figure it out. It's not that confusing because they actually do like explain like the big mystery. Okay. But then there's little mysteries where I'm like, well, what was with the plane crash? What was with the earthquakes?
I haven't seen it yet. So.
Yeah. But I'm just letting you know, it's a little frustrating. She's good in it.
Duh.
Chris Pine's really good in it. Yeah, someone's saying, what is up with that plane? The biggest twist, though, and I had to call you after the movie about this. The biggest twist was in the credits. I saw Shane Van Dyke's name. Him and Carrie Van Dyke apparently came up with the story. They didn't write the script, but they came up with the story. Shane Van Dyke is Dick Van Dyke's grandson. And he wrote and directed and sometimes starred in other films like Transmorphers 2, The Fall of Man, Paranormal Entity, and of course, Titanic 2. So seeing his name on like a film that's playing in a theater, like,
and like I would say this is a pretty big movie.
Yes, it was a pretty big movie. He has gone into the mainstream a little bit. He actually ended up writing a movie with Oren Peli, the guy who made Paranormal Activity. It's like, oh, the guy you ripped off, you're now working with him. And then I think he had a Netflix movie with Stanley Tucci come out. But I never expected to see his name on the big screen. Like, that was the biggest shock of the whole film. I'm like, you gotta be... I'm like, the Titanic 2 guy? No wonder this is stupid. So yeah, if you guys have anything to say about Don't Worry, Darling, leave a chat and let me know. Next, another film I saw this last night. VHS 99. Have you seen any of the VHS films?
I saw like the first one like ages ago.
Yeah, I didn't like VHS the first time I saw it, but that is one that's actually like really grown on me.
Really?
And I actually really like all those films. Viral was pretty weak. VHS Viral was pretty weak. But yeah, they're pretty cool. Like some of them are interconnected a little bit. So I went back and I watched VHS 94, which came out last year. Because I wanted to, sometimes they like leave little Easter eggs and whatnot. And then I watched VHS 99 last night, and I really, really liked it. One of the best segments, it's basically like Legends of the Hidden Temple if it was a horror movie. Do you remember Legends of the Hidden Temple?
No. Silver Snakes.
Remember how they said like I think I was the Silver Snake guy too.
Yeah. They like always won. It was kind of crazy.
Yeah, it was rigged. You ever hear the story?
No,
of, like,
it just means they put on that shirt, and obviously they're better than everybody.
You ever hear the story of like how the kids were like getting injured and stuff on set?
Yeah.
The skit, it's called like Ozzy's something. It plays into that where like a girl gets her leg like severed. And the whole thing is like you get a wish if you win the obstacle course, and then they kidnap the show host like a year later, and they make them go through their like fucked up torture obstacle course, and the host is Stephen Ogg, who played Trevor in Grand Theft Auto 5. So it's a lot of fun. Gabriel Eltab, sorry I butchered your proud Latinx name. I'm very sorry. Gabriel, Tony, the crown is too hot. Huh?
Latinx.
Yes. Tony, the crown is too hot. Women should have been warned first. Thank you for $4.99. Gabe has a comic book you can look up. I think it's called Truth, Justice, in the American Way. Yeah, so VHS 99, a lot of fun. Honestly, a couple of the segments I wish were just their own movies. They have a really good segment where like these two guys, they go to like a witch. They're filming like these witches that are doing like they're summoning a demon.
Okay.
But they accidentally summon like a wrong demon and they send it back to hell, but the demon grabs onto the camera crew, so they get sent back to hell. So their only hope is to find the demon they know the witches are summoning and grab onto him so they can go back to Earth. I'm like, I could have watched a whole movie of that. But yes, definitely check out VHS 99 and the other VHS films. You should definitely check out the other VHS films.
I'll probably get to it. There's so much stuff. I still have to watch Dr. Sleep.
Yes. Wow.
Yeah, I know. I'm terrible.
Well, we're going to get to something that's related to that. We're a few more in, then I think, because you've seen X, we're going to get to the ones that we've both seen. A while back, I talked about this in a vlog. I saw Fall. Fall was a really, really tense film. It's one of those survival films where people are stuck on a thing.
Oh, did they fall?
No, but they could fall. That's the thing. So the plot is that two women see this very old TV tower that's like 2,000 feet, like in the air. And they decide to climb it, and they forget to consult a man first. So of course they get up there and they get stuck. And the whole plot is like, how do we get down from this giant tower? Because there's no
like a tower, like where the final battle happens in Kindergarten Cop type tower.
No, I don't think so.
It's like the radio tower.
Yes, but it's apparently a TV tower, but it's even bigger. It's gigantic. And it's falling apart like the whole time. Like it was stressful to watch in the theaters. It's like, oh my God, you idiots, get the fuck down from there right now. Get down from there right now. And that one, let me pull up the thing here. It stars Grace Curry, who was in Shazam. She was the Mary Marvel in Shazam. And Virginia Gardner, who was in Halloween 2018, she was the babysitter. Remember the real
name sounds familiar.
Remember the real funny kid in Halloween 2018? The one he's just like, there's someone in my room, you're all gonna die.
Yes.
She was his babysitter, the blonde.
Oh, her. And yeah, then she dies. Yeah.
Yeah. They added a little bit of tension to this because not only are they stuck up there, but the one girl finds out that the other girl slept with her dead husband. Well, she slept with him before he died. That would have been very... Yeah.
Husband?
Yeah.
Husband.
I'm very stuffy right now. Don't start that with me. So she's up there. They're being attacked by vultures. They're dehydrated. And then they find out that like one committed adultery with their deceased husband.
Why can't they climb down?
As soon as they get to the top, the part of the ladder breaks off.
Yeah.
And it's too far down for them to get to the other place. So they have to figure out how to like get like their phone down there to get signal to get out. It's a whole
Does it
ordeal.
start raining?
At one point I think it does.
Yeah, I would have just dropped to the ground because the floor would have been soft.
2000, it's the desert, by the way. It's 2,000 feet.
They were already 2,000 feet up with the ladder.
You're gonna turn to paste.
They were already 2,000 feet up in the air.
Yeah.
When the ladder broke.
Yeah.
Why would they climb all the way? Never mind.
No, that was the top. I think was 2,000 feet. So
why would they go all the way to the top? Wouldn't you go to the bottom as far as you can and then try to?
Whatever.
I'm trying to make logic of this.
Look,
it just sounds
look.
stupid.
Jeffrey D. Morgan's in it. I think he
Ooh.
spent 2 days filming.
I just saw his wife in person.
Why?
I like One Tree Hill, and they did a.
Oh, I thought you were just like stalking his wife.
Yeah, I'm coming for you.
You're like, I deserve to be with Jeffrey D. Morgan.
No, I'll go with her. I mean, he's hot too, but.
Someone left a comment. High Comics Gate.
Ow. Huh?
High Comic. Oh yeah, Gabe's comic is part.
Oh,
of,
that's the okay.
Part of a certain movement. So forgot to mention that. I'm sure it's very fine. Yeah. The frustrating thing about fall is they don't tell you how they get down. They have a thing that's like, okay, well, this happened. Cool. I wonder if they're going to show them how they get down, and then they don't. So that was frustrating. BuzzFeed produced it. I thought that was bizarre. And the dead husband is one of Randy's nephews in the new Scream. Or he has the niece and nephew. It's the nephew. Okay, so after Fall, this is one I want you to watch. Watcher, not The Watcher.
Yes, yeah, we've had this conversation.
Yes, and not The Watcher, starring Keanu Reeves. It stars Micah Monroe from It Follows. And the whole thing is her and her husband go to Romania because he got a job there, and she's inside all day. She doesn't really have a lot of people to talk to. So she just looks out the window and she realized that there's a guy just watching her all the time. All the time. But at the same time, there's reports of a murder happening in their neighborhood of about a man who decapitates people. And it is a really good psychological thriller because you really don't know. It's like,
is this like that Amy Adams movie?
Maybe.
Did you see that? And she, like, the woman in the window or something like that. It was some weird, like, long.
I didn't see it. I think I know what you're talking about.
Like, she's like stuck in her house, basically, whatever. Because I think she's like afraid to go outside now because she got into like a car accident.
Oh,
and then
right.
She's like watching her neighbors across the way, whatever, and look like somebody killed somebody. And
there was a movie. Wasn't there a movie with Sigourney Weaver where she had like agoraphobia and couldn't leave the house or something?
I don't remember.
Was it Copycat? Maybe. Oh, hold on. Robert Wild, $2. Tony, thoughts on Evil Dead the game? Robert Wild, watch Talk About Games. I know the show is done now, but one of the last episodes I was a guest and I talked about the Evil Dead game. I really, really like it. Geek Getaway. Hold on. We will be talking about Barbarian. Sorry, what movie was I just talking about? Watcher. Yeah, so it is very tense, and like you legit don't know for most of the movie, is she actually being stalked by this guy?
Is she just crazy?
Or is she like actually harassing this guy because she assumes that he's like this evil dude, and is he just going about his day? And the guy, one of my bros, Bern Gorman, he was the nerdy scientist in Pacific Rim, the counter to Charlie Day's Wacky Scientist. And of course, we all know what other film he was in, right? The Dark Knight Rises. So me and him are bros. So I saw him and I'm like, you know what? That guy can't be the bad guy. He's like me and I'm perfect.
According to your nose, you're not.
I know. I'm so stuffed. Don't start. You were super stuffy. I got you.
Yeah, then I got medicine and then I was fine.
And then the last of the ones that I saw before we get into the ones that we both saw, Barbarian. You're going to want to watch Barbarian.
Yeah.
Barbarian is very good. I really...
Who's in it?
Huh?
Who's in it?
It stars a beautiful woman named Georgina Campbell, Bill Skarsgård,
Okay.
Justin Long, and Richard Brake. It was good seeing Richard Brake in a good movie because I just saw him play 4 characters in The Munsters. So it was nice seeing Richard break. Apparently Kate Bosworth is a voice on a phone. She's definitely not in the physical movie. So I heard people talking about this. I thought it sounded interesting. It's a horror movie that takes place in Detroit. So there's a little bit of, what was that movie? Don't Breathe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you get a little bit of that vibe. But the one thing that like really like drew me in was that it's written and directed by Zach Kreger, who was one of the whitest kids you know, the comedy troupe, who are hilarious. I'm sad Trevor Moore died. He was great.
That was really sad.
That was really sad. But yeah, so I'm like Zach Kreger, and I'm like, I don't think he's ever done horror before. But there have been comedic people who've switched to horror that have done well. The new Halloween trilogy. Well, I mean, people are split on it. It worked for you. The first one worked for me. The
middle one worked for no one. Except for some parts was really funny.
Halloween Kills is a fun like background movie. We have a commentary track for that now with Good Bad Flicks. Cecil from Good Bad Flicks. So Barbarian basically, from what I heard, Zach Kreger, he read some book about like red flags that women need to like look out for. So he started writing a script where like a woman has to deal with like every single red flag. So she shows up to an Airbnb, but the key's not there and the people aren't answering. And then someone opens the door and it turns out that there's a guy in the Airbnb, and instead of going somewhere else, she takes his advice and she stays there. So it's all set up for him to be like a creep. And then the movie throws you a curveball, and then it cuts to something completely different. And then they somehow merge. I don't want to give too much away because it is pretty new. It was in theaters.
Streaming?
HBO Max. Max.
So you used my account, eh?
Yes, I did. I watched it last night. I had to turn it off because it was 2 a.m. I couldn't sleep. And then I was like, well, you know what? I'll watch this movie. And of course,
how many times did I have to ask you for your Shudder account?
A few times. I gave it to you.
Yeah. But I had to ask a few times. When you asked for HBO Max, who gave it to you right away? Because I was like, yeah, here you go.
It's saved onto my TV. It's never had to be reset.
I want to kick you out of it.
So basically, Barbarian, there is like a little, like the house that they're in has like a secret. There's an underground portion of this house where something dwells. At one point they go back in time and give you a hint of what happened there. But it is a solid good time. Justin Long is great in it. And
I like Justin Long.
And talk about mysteries. He's an actor in the movie who is getting canceled as part of the Me Too movement. And like one of the mysteries is like, did he actually do it or is he innocent? And you don't really know. A lot of people are kind of split on it. People really, really love it. And then there's other people like Riley was telling me. He's like, that movie was a nothing burger. So I'm interested to see where you would land on that. Sonic 4K for $5. Dear Tony, I have some Godzilla swag I need to get around to sending you, with the caveat that Johanna can't have any of it.
I'm going to take it all.
What, you're going to take it all?
I'm going to take it all.
The Xeno says, hey guys, which decade of horror do you all like more, 90s or 2000s?
Ooh.
That's a mixed... Both decades are a mixed bag.
Yeah.
Because for every like 4 or 5 good movies, there were like 1,000 bad ones. So that's...
I would have to actually sit down and like look.
Yeah. Yeah, that's because that's rough.
Yeah.
That's rough. You have to break it down into like subgenres and whatnot. But yeah, Barbarian.
That should be a Patreon video where we do that.
We should do that. The only thing with Barbarian, don't ever expect to learn what the name is about.
Okay.
It's a Cloverfield situation where it was like a placeholder title, and then they somehow made it to the very end. Because I'm watching the whole movie, I'm like, so who's the Barbarian? Where are the barbarians? Where's Conan? I don't understand.
The barbarians we made along the way.
Yeah, the real barbarians were the friends we made. Now, finally, movie we both saw, X.
Loved it.
X is great.
I need to see Pearl, like really bad.
I really need to see Pearl too. So X came out. I didn't get to see it in theaters, but as soon as it went to streaming, like I paid to watch it. It's a Ty West film. I need to watch more of his films, but I watch his one movie a lot, House of the Devil, which was really, really good, except for the part where Lena Dunham is a voice on a phone. I fast forward that part every single time. But
why is she still in shit? Why
well,
why is she not canceled?
the House of the Devil is like from 2011.
Of all the people that deserve to be canceled, she's actually one.
House of the Devil is from like 2011.
Still,
so it was like
no.
Actually,
She was still bad then.
it wasn't as well known. Real quick, let me just read our super chats here. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you so much. Please send more. Tony, how's your 4K collection coming along? My 4K collection's coming along really well. I now have 4K Blu-rays.
Oh.
I now have the first 8 original Halloween films all in 4K.
Nice.
I got the King. No, I don't know if that was 4K. But yeah, I got
Summer.
I do have Midsummer. I still haven't watched it, the director's cut. I'm gonna sit.
So you took it off my desk.
Yes. There could be a sequel to Barbarian. Who knows how many other things are down there? I don't want to read it out loud because you didn't see it yet. So X came out. I was really interested in seeing it. The trailer really grabbed me. I finally watched it. I loved it.
Jenna Ortega is like,
well, that actually, so you weren't in the Scream review. I was getting like creeped out because like before the new Scream movie played in the theaters, they played a trailer for X. And Jenna Ortega's what, like 18, 19? She's like probably 19 now. But she's one of those kids actors that's now an adult, so of course super sexualized.
Yeah, she was still young during You, like season 2.
So in the trailer for X,
which good show.
In the trailer for X, you see her being like, I want to be in the porn movie, and she's in her underwear, and then like Scream started, we're supposed to be playing like a 15-year-old. I'm like,
she's 20.
Yeah. Scream started, we're supposed to be playing a 15-year-old. I'm like, this makes me uncomfortable. I don't like that I just saw her in her underwear and then I have to pretend she's like a child.
Yeah.
Please do a list of the worst Home Alone movies. Oh God. That is from Psycho Jet Black.
I really like Home Alone 3.
That is from Psycho Jet Black. That's probably one of the good ones now. Yes, I know it is stereo. I will fix it next time. So yeah, X, I turned it on. It's a very sleazy movie. It's a very, very sleazy movie. So when you saw the trailer, right? What did you think it was gonna be?
Not what it was.
It's hard to tell. Okay.
Yeah, like
so here were the theories I had. By the way, Tyler Evans, 499 says X was amazing and Mia Goth is awesome in the movie. More on her in a minute. So I saw the trailer and I was like, okay, so they're on a farm, they're filming this porno, and there's a weird old couple. And of course there's going to be murders. And I'm like, okay, maybe they're cannibals, maybe they're like satanic worshipers, or maybe they have maybe the mom is like the old lady's like a witch. I had all these
I was thinking that maybe they had like someone like locked away, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that was all in my mind. Spoilers for X. The spoiler is the old woman is really horny and her husband has a heart condition. So when she gets super horny, she can't satisfy herself sexually. So she takes it out and murders everyone. So when she finds out that it's a porn film being filmed, she's way too turned on and murders everyone. And the guy helps murder everyone. I was laughing so hard when I realized that's what the movie was about. I'm like,
And you know who the old lady's played by, right?
Mia Goth plays both the final
Blew my mind. I was like, no way.
Mia Goth plays both the final girl and the main antagonist, Pearl, which is what the new movie's all about.
Jenna Ortega's death. I was cracking up. I was actually really shocked too.
Yes, that was pretty funny.
Especially after like Scream. Like she's the new like younger Scream queen, I guess.
Yeah.
And
I felt bad for Kid Cudi.
Oh my God.
I thought he was going to do more and he just gets shot. I'm like, oh man, that's a bummer. The whole guy died. They get a little too carried. They're like, you know what? It'll probably be fine. We killed a few people. Our adrenaline's rushing. My heart condition will be fine.
Nope.
And yeah, so it leaves you on a cliffhanger of like what's happening with Maxine, which will now be answered later on because they're doing a third one. But yeah, this is a rare case where like the film and its prequel or sequel came out the same year, like because they shot it like around the same time. Yeah, so X is a really, really good time. It's got a great cast. Brittany Snow, I think, is in it. Yeah. I highly recommend it.
Yeah.
And don't spoil Pearl for me.
Yeah, please don't.
I know we just spoiled X for you, but don't spoil Pearl.
Pearl's newer.
I'm interested to see where Maxine goes.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on Mia Goth?
She's a babe.
It's got a unique look.
I like unique looking people.
Yeah. She's one of those just like, she's not conventionally attractive.
Yeah,
but
I don't like
very...
conventionally. I can never like I'm like, okay, I guess you're pretty to look at, but like I like people with like different facial features. I guess, you know what I mean? Like Natalie Dormer.
Yeah.
She has like that crooked, of course I had to. She has a crooked mouth and it's really cute. Like that type of thing.
Okay. Yeah, she's with
like I hate when everything's like too perfect, especially like teeth. I'm like, oh.
You want like crooked teeth and everything.
Not completely crooked. My God.
So you know what? I agree. There's someone who has like completely straight, pearly white teeth.
You look like a fucking horse.
Yeah, their name is Boogie.
You could put the costume on again.
You know, I made a ton of money in crypto. And thank God I never bragged about it at the time, or else I look like a real asshole because I do not have that money anymore. But at least I didn't brag about it. Speaking of money, send in some super chats. What did you think of that?
Send in some super chats and say specifically for Johanna.
So yes, Mia Goth is great in it. She dates that Shia LaBeouf. She's pumping out those Shia babies now.
Speaking of the guy, who's Maxine's boyfriend, like the guy who's in charge of the porno.
Yeah.
You know where he's from?
What?
The Ring. He was Noah.
Oh, he was? Okay, I didn't know that.
I'm looking at his mouth and I'm like, I know him from something.
Dude, the cinematographer, he looked like the long-haired dude from the Evil Dead remake to the point I thought it was him. I'm like, that looks exactly like the long-haired guy from the Evil Dead remake. It was really tripping me up. Yes, so that was it for X. Any final thoughts on X? We'll give you guys a second if you want to send a super chat to let us know what you think of X. I'm going to make sure we didn't miss any. Oh, Braden Tim said, you should review Yellow Jackets on Showtime. I unfortunately do not have Showtime, but I hear that show is very good.
I might have it, but I would have it through my parents.
I think Christina Ricci's in it. So yeah, I will, if it becomes available for me where I don't have to sign up for anything else. I wanted to see Smile, but I didn't want to sign up for Paramount Plus.
No, I think I might have Paramount Plus. I really want to see Smile. I heard it was great.
Really? Yeah, I heard it was scary. I heard it was pretty scary. Okay, next on the list, The Black Phone. You did see that, right?
I did not see that.
Oh shit! I thought we saw it. Damn it. Okay, well,
what's his face?
Ethan Hawke.
Yeah.
Well, The Black Phone, as I just said, Ethan Hawke, directed by Scott Derrickson, the Doctor Strange guy from the first one.
You can spoil this, it's fine.
I'm not the biggest Scott Derrickson fan.
Okay.
Let me see. I'll just read a couple of films he's directed. Just to give you an idea. Well, he did Hellraiser Inferno, which is probably the best of the direct-to-video Hellraisers. Exorcism of Emily Rose, I thought was okay.
Oh, yeah.
He did the remake of The Day the Earth Stood Still. Sucked. Sinister. I did not like Sinister. I really didn't like Sinister.
Why do they keep trying to hype that as like the most terrifying movie ever?
That study where they said Sinister is, which I think we have Sinister somewhere. The study that said it was the scariest movie ever, they were hooking up people to heart monitors, and that movie has so many jump scares.
Oh.
So they were just going by like every time the heart accelerated, but it's just like, well, yeah, every 5 seconds, that happens, your heart's going to be accelerated. It doesn't matter what it is.
Movies that have to rely on jump scares are bad movies.
You can have a jump scare, but when it's just
relying on it.
Yeah. So that's why I didn't really like Sinister. But yeah, I found myself really enjoying The Black Phone. I really, really liked The Black Phone. Basically, it's written by Stephen King's son.
Okay. Which
his name is, let me credit him appropriately. Because it's not Stevie King Jr. It's a different name. Joe Hill. It's written by Joe Hill. Well, it's based off a short story by Joe Hill.
No, he's Stevie King Jr. now.
It's based off a short story, and then Scott Derrickson and C. Robert Cargill wrote the screenplay. It's basically there's this guy going around kidnapping kids and killing them, and he puts them in a basement and he holds them there for a few days, and he plays sick games with them, and then he kills them. And I like what happened. He wears, you've probably seen in the promotional material.
I've seen
he
the
has that
posters
creepy
and stuff.
smiley face and the devil face. He has multiple masks. Apparently in the short story, he's a clown, but they figured like with it having just come out, there's too much clown stuff. So they made him into like a magician who has black balloons and whatnot. So he kidnaps our main character and puts him in a basement. And because it's Stevie King Jr., this is a world where everyone has psychic powers, kind of. So the kid's sister is able to have these dreams where she can hallucinate. Like, she has these dreams where she sees the kids being taken in.
Okay.
And you find out that her mom also had visions, but it drove her crazy and drove her to suicide. And the dad is like a sad alcoholic that beats her and be like, you don't have visions. They're just dreams. But then like after her brother gets kidnapped, she starts like really trying to focus on her dreams. So it's like she's using her dreams to find her brother. Meanwhile, her brother must have the Shining or something because he's interacting with the dead kids in the room to figure out a way to escape. And I like the whole thing where like the killer also has, I'm just going to call it the Shining because that's what it is. Yeah. He also has the Shining, but he doesn't want to admit it. So that's pretty cool. So the phone doesn't work. Only they can hear it. So yeah, it's a fun thing. We're like, how are they going to get out? There's a fun little twist at the end. Very similar to Silence of the Lambs, but it's got a very Stephen King feel. It's got a very,
I mean, it is Stevie King Jr.
Yeah, I don't want to say Stranger Things because it is about kids in peril, but it's got a little bit of that, but not annoying. I would definitely check it out.
There's other like things with kids that you know existed before Stranger Things that you could compare to.
Yes. Ghostbusters Afterlife sucks.
That wasn't one of the things I was referring to, but okay.
Tyler Evans says, "Did you guys see Nope?"
I haven't seen Nope yet.
I haven't seen Us. I know. I'm like,
what? See, you want to talk about me, dude? Us is insane.
I know. I keep hearing it's really great.
It's so good, Lupita, girl.
I hear it's really good. I gotta check it out. I'm sorry. I saw Get Out. I like that.
Yeah, Get Out's good.
I saw we mentioned Hellraiser. I saw he didn't direct it, but Jordan Peele's produced Candyman reboot. It was kind of, I would like to see his original script before the director changed a bunch of things, because I can see how that could have been better. Psycho Jet Black for $2 says, better Nolan movie, Interstellar or Tenet?
Ooh.
It's Interstellar.
Yeah, it's Interstellar.
It's Interstellar. If you want to know more about Tenet, a few years back on Patreon, I did a review of Tenet with Royce. I love Christopher Nolan, but Tenet was one of them where I'm just like, I'm good. Okay. So you watched this one last night, I believe. I watched
They slash them.
They slash them. I talked about this a little bit in a vlog on Patreon, but I'm glad I could actually talk about it with someone. I wanted to talk about it with Trixie.
I need to
you
sit like this because
I
need to talk about this movie because I need to.
So I wanted to talk about it with Trixie, who would have been the perfect person to talk about this with. We had it set up and they missed the call and then they ended their channel. But I was like, hey, Trixie, you're a trans woman. I want you to watch this movie and let me know if it works for you, because I have some opinions on it.
I'm part of the LGBTQ community.
Yes.
So you can also talk to me about it.
I could have.
Sure.
Yes.
Thanks for nitpicking who's a better queer.
My favorite thing is Trixie texts me going, this movie sucks dick/balls. Mid-Salad reviewed this movie. They slash them. Okay. A horror movie, a slasher movie set at a...
Was it?
But the premise is it's a slasher movie.
Yeah, that's where the slash comes from, and they slash them.
I couldn't believe that. Sorry, it's a slasher movie set at a camp. We've all seen that before. But this is at
with Kevin Bacon.
Yeah. This is one of those gay conversion camps. And I'm like, that is a great setup for a movie. Because those camps are already kind of creepy. If you add if you add that element to it, I'm like, that seems great. And then I kept calling the movie They Them. And then I follow one of the actresses, the really cute one, Anna Lore. I follow her on Instagram.
Oh, I thought they were all cute.
Yeah, they were cute to various degrees, but she is the cutest. She on her thing, she was talking about the movie and she called it They Slash Them. I'm like, isn't it just They Them? And I'm like, oh, it's a slasher movie. It's they slash them. Oh, like that's it doesn't make sense when you actually watch the movie.
No.
But I'm like, that's fucking hilarious.
Okay, so if they actually took that name, they slash them, and did something with they slashing them, I would have lost my fucking mind.
So it's a good setup. Yeah. And like
it starts off pretty good.
They do a whole thing where Kevin Bacon, it's like, hey, we're not one of those camps, you know, we want you to like we don't hate you. You know, we want you to find the love of Christ. And then he starts to slowly show that he is kind of an asshole.
I mean, the scene where they out the trans girl.
Yeah.
That whole thing. That was horrifying.
Yes. And then, you know, it's funny. Like, I'm like, wow, you know, I'm actually getting invested in these kids' stories and their struggles. I'm like, this is very interesting. I've never seen this in a slasher movie. And then I thought to myself, oh, right, isn't this a slasher movie? So I was like, okay, where is this movie going?
It turns into torture porn.
Yes. So a girl dies at the very beginning.
A woman.
Yeah, a woman dies at the very beginning after looking at a really CGI elk. And I watched this in the same weekend as Prey, which also had a really CGI elk. So I'm like,
Prey kind of had a reason for their stuff. They could have.
Yeah. Anyway, so she dies. We don't know much about her. And then the second guy who dies is a guy who works at the camp who's spying on the girls.
It also has a giant doll collection.
So I'm like, okay, so the killer is definitely one of the staff. And it's like, you got to adhere to the rules of Jesus, or I'll even kill the people who follow me if they don't follow the letter of the law. Spoiler, it gets real predictable after one point. You're like, oh, because it gets far in the movie. I'm like, not one of the teens have died yet. And I was like, oh, and I'm like, oh, God damn it. The nurse who hasn't been there long.
And also was showing sympathy and
Anna Chomsky. Yeah. It turns out she was a former kid who went to this camp and was driven crazy by them. And she's back there for revenge. And the twist is that they're actually killing the counselors. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, that twist came really late and it wasn't that interesting. I do like that the counselors are all breaking the rules. They have the one gay guy who's there to lure in the other gay kids. And then like the two counselors have sex with each other, but they steal the kids' phones and they're looking. Well,
even when what was it? They were making the pies. The girl was like trying to hit on the blonde girl. It's just like, you're a little too comfortable with that. What are you doing? Yeah. So the twist is it gets really predictable. And then when the twist happens, it's just not interesting. But the thing is like, so in a good slasher movie, you really want to care about the characters and whatnot. And this movie was doing it for me. And then none of them died. Yeah.
No, only one of them is really in danger. And that's at the end because they don't want to team up with the bad guys. All like, we're going to kill all the gay conversion camps. We're the good guys. And then I saw people complaining that the person at the end didn't want to join the killer.
Jordan.
Yeah. They were like, oh, they should have joined them. And whatnot.
No, they shouldn't have.
They were too afraid. I'm like, they don't want to be murderers. Like what the fuck?
They didn't even want to kill the dog.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, she did kill the dog. They killed the dog. Sorry. They even point that out in the movie. Yeah, and I like that they showed there's like even within the LGBT community, there are some that don't like the others because that happens.
Well, so with the guy who was clearly gay, but he was like the jock. He was more because he was trying to not be gay. Yeah, that's why. But then there was that scene. Apparently, a lot of people hate it or whatever when they're singing the Pink song. I thought it was cute.
No,
and it was probably the only thing that actually made sense in that movie.
So they sing a Pink song.
Like, I'm just saying, all the gays know that fucking song. Everybody knows the lyrics.
So there's a Pink song that they sing, and it starts out fine. But then it cuts, and the actual music kicks in, and then it's edited like a music video, and I went, what the fuck?
They were having fun.
I did love it cut to Kevin Bacon. I think Kevin Bacon had all our face at that moment. We're like, oh my God, this is horrible. So they slash them. It's not the worst thing ever. But it's one of those where, like, I see what you were trying to do. I think it was a little misguided. Also, it could have been polished a little bit more.
The reveal of what they actually do at the camp with the torture and everything.
Yeah,
that was really like they just have these pictures, and some pictures are black and white to show they're older. And I'm just like, they could have had just like paperwork somewhere that you could have just read through, not pictures.
It was weird.
Like anyway, just in the background, like, oh, there's a child over there being abused. Click, click. Like,
it's on Peacock if you want to watch it. It is on Peacock now. Let me see here. Rob K says, I recommend Deadstream, a found footage comedy. I think James reviewed that for Monster Madness this year. I haven't watched it. It's on Shudder, right? I believe it's on Shudder. Jingai Jigo Kamoto. That was a very hard name. He says, Mince Out is my favorite girl Ghostbuster. Oh, wow. You have anything to say to that?
Fuck the Ghostbusters. Like, fuck it. Wait, is that Mummy? Why is Mummy Cop on the ground?
It fell before we did the thing.
Okay.
It's actually funny when we did the Hellraiser review. Crystal's like, Monica's my best friend. We're great. And then in the review, Monica's like, I don't think the Lady Ghostbusters is a bad movie. And you see Crystal be like, oh. It's one of those like, oh, I thought you were cool. Never mind.
I thought you were cool.
Okay. Let's see here. We got 436 people watching this right now.
Boy.
Thank you. Let's see. We're nearing the end of the list. Actually, no, we are at the end of the list. Okay. Fuck you. Okay. So
if I had to suffer, you have to suffer.
So Johanna says we were going to do this yesterday. We decided to delay it one day because you weren't feeling well.
Hey, I was fine after I took the medicine. You're like, no, give me more time to watch another movie.
Ironically, now I'm stuffy and I probably should have waited. But so I was like, all right, you know what? That because I didn't get to watch Barbarian. There were a couple movies I wanted to watch. I wanted to see Watcher. So I was like, okay, we'll do it tomorrow, Friday. And you're like, okay, we should talk about Hocus Pocus. I got a lot to say about Hocus Pocus. And I looked at you and I said, I swear to God, if I watch Hocus Pocus 2 and then tomorrow you tell me you can't do it, I will fucking murder you because I wanted to never watch this movie.
You guys hear that? He's going to try to murder me. Call the police.
I don't care too much for the original Hocus Pocus. It's fine.
Original Hocus Pocus is great.
It's fine. I watched it a bunch as a kid. They played it in school a lot when there was like a movie day. Like, it's fine. I just, as an adult, I don't have any desire to rewatch it. But I remember enjoying it. This movie looked bad. And then I turned it on and I wanted to throw something at the screen. So it starts off with the Sanderson sisters in the past as little kids. And it's just, I know child actors, it's hard. These kids are just doing like the horrible impersonations of Bette Midler in them.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate it. And it's a way to make you sympathize with the witches.
For some reason.
Yeah, they were bad guys. I think they were fun.
They murdered. Yeah. Yeah, you can like have fun with villains. Like, look at how like Loki is and everything. Like, you can have fun with villains.
Yeah.
But overall, they're still bad guys.
Yeah.
They murder children.
Yeah.
They've murdered multiple children.
And now we're trying to sympathize with them.
Why are we sympathizing with them? They're not good guys.
Yeah.
What is this?
And you find out that they met a witch who gave them the book. I don't know what that witch's deal is.
Dude, I don't know. And then it was some type of like weird callback with Thora Birch's Danny.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Because she was wearing the same exact costume that, well, she was in an actual outfit, I guess. And
yeah.
Danny wears the costume in the original Hocus Pocus. And it's just like, okay.
Yeah. And now there's this new element where like the person who caused them the most troubles early on was the Reverend or the preacher or whatever. And it's Tony Hale from Arrested Development and Veep. Actually, let me pull up the other guy's name from Veep. So yeah, he's the one who cast them out and they're mad about it. And then it flashes forward to the present day. Sam Richardson, also from Veep, he tells the whole story of the Sanderson sisters and how they came back, and how they were sent back to hell or whatever happened in the first movie. And he runs the magic shop. And these three girls who like practicing witchcraft decide, well, one of them they're not friends with anymore.
Yeah, because she has like a boyfriend or whatever the frick is going on.
The one girl got a boyfriend, so they hate her. Nerds. So the other two are like, we're going to do a spell. We're going to resurrect the Sanderson sisters for some reason. So they do. And then it turns out it's Sam Richardson wanted this to happen. He wanted them to be resurrected and to serve them. So they're back and they're going to do this master spell that they were advised not to do, which I don't remember if they were trying to do in the previous one.
No, the original one, they were just trying to suck all the souls of the children so they could stay young forever.
Yes. Also, when they come back, they do a dance number. I don't remember them doing a dance number when they first show up.
They did not.
Okay. They literally, I did like that they were like, who are they performing for? And they were like, you. Yeah. So Sam Richardson, so he's going to help them. And he digs up Billy Butcherson,
who isn't dead because you have to officially kill the Sanderson sisters for the curse to break on him. So it's just like, then why did Thackeray get released then?
It's almost like it's not written well. Huh. And they could bring Doug Jones back.
They could have brought him back as a different type of dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So Billy Butcherson's back, and he can talk a lot now because he got his voice back at the end of the previous one, right?
Well, he had his mouth sewn shut.
Yes. But he like talks at the very end of that movie, right?
Yeah, because he cuts the wires or whatever finally, and then
so he's talking a lot in this one. I'm like, oh, I don't remember him talking as much. He should not be talking. But then as soon as he digs up Billy Butcherson, Sam Richardson's plan is now to vanquish Winifred. I'm like, why did you put the plans in motion to bring her back?
This entire thing was so stupid.
And I hate the kids, and the whole thing is that the kids are turning into witches themselves.
Yeah, suddenly witches are good. In this universe, at least.
Except for the Sanderson sisters, who were bad because they eat children.
Even though they got their powers from, I guess, a good witch or whatever. Like,
it's bad.
The book corrupting them? Like, what is this?
It's terrible. It's what it is. It's a Walgreens commercial for a large
I was so mad. I hated it.
So all you people who pretended that Ghostbusters Afterlife wasn't a Walmart Baskin Robbins commercial, would you at least admit that this is a Walgreens commercial? Because they are in Walgreens for so fucking long. The girl flies on Roombas now.
Yeah.
By the way,
she had to have the freaking vacuum the last one. Like,
by the way, she lost a lot of weight in Death. She's looking great. I thought when you come back, you look exactly how you did.
And also, her like mouth slants on the other side. No, not the other.
Oh.
I don't know why that was a thing.
The other two, the makeup on them makes them look kind of like they did in the previous film. But yeah, she did lose. Good for her losing weight. But it was just like, you look very different. Like the afterlife's been kind to you. But yeah, she's on Roombas. That's kind of interesting. They sing another song to possess the town. One way or another this time. I will say,
Hi, Blondie.
Real quick, I'm gonna look up something, but Psychojet Black said, have you seen Black Adam yet? Please review Rat Race, and it's a mad world. Tony is a better king than Charles III. I have not seen Black Adam yet. I would like to talk about Rat Race, and I am better than Charles III. Who would you rather be a king, me or Charles III? You're not answering that?
No.
The real answer is that world leaders should be elected by the people. And
I elect the Pumpkin King.
No. And House of Furor says should look up Alien Opponent if it's on Tubi. It has Roddy Piper as a priest and the kid from Mallrats, and that's not Earl. I love Roddy Piper movies, so I will look that up. So the original Put a Spell on You song was redone recently by 3 insanely hot wrestlers. Hold on. I know
Rhea Ripley?
Not Rhea Ripley. Oh God, could you imagine her singing?
Dude, she can sing to me.
Oh, I'll put a spell on you.
She can do it all she wants. Sing to me.
So Shotzi Blackheart, Harley Cameron, who I'm not too familiar with, and the fucking, oh my God, Scarlett Bordeaux. You're going to want to look up Shotzi Blackheart and Scarlett Bordeaux. Okay. That's Shotzi Blackheart and that's Scarlett Bordeaux. They covered the Put a Spell on You. And I listened to it on mute because who cares? But I was like, oh my God.
Maybe I should watch wrestling again.
You really should watch wrestling again. You should really watch wrestling again.
I really should watch wrestling again.
Point is, I will probably watch that music video like 5 more times again on mute. I don't care about the song. Before I ever watch Hocus Pocus 2. This was awful.
Yeah.
And I thought I liked Tony Hale. I like the other guy, and I
literally saw people talking because I ended up watching this because this came out on like a Friday night or whatever, like streaming or whatever on Disney Plus. And me and Ian were super excited. Ian's my fiance, if you're new here. And basically, I saw like Twitter all day, people talking about, oh, it's great or it's okay. I hate it. I hate it with a passion.
Yeah.
It's so bad. Like, this is the Halloween Ends to me.
So I'm looking up like,
but I like Halloween Ends.
So I'm looking up like who worked on this, like because the other writers didn't. Mick Garris didn't come back, and I told you I looked up. Is it him who did it? No, it's another guy. One of the other writers of the original Hocus Pocus. He in the last credit that he has is Adventures of Pluto Nash.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, there's this Jen D'Angelo girl. I'm like, all right, what has she worked on? Workaholics and some other shows. The Young Rock. I'm like, oh, okay. I looked up someone else, Blake Harris. I'm like, what have they worked on? Oh, they're doing the new awful Little Mermaid. Oh wait, no, this is a different Little Mermaid they worked on. They didn't even work on the Disney Little Mermaid. And just nothing. And then what's the last one? They couldn't even get the original director back. And the original director is like a Disney like they still direct stuff for Disney.
I don't know.
They're still directing stuff for Disney.
Know,
they got what else did she direct?
Maybe it's because everybody was high with Hocus Pocus 1, because apparently the lead actor who plays Max, apparently he was like high the entire time. Apparently Sarah Jessica Parker or whatever. She never said high or anything, but she was saying that she doesn't remember the movie at all. So it's just like, okay, so you were probably like high the whole time.
Yeah.
Like,
so
did everybody just need to smoke a bunch of weed and then just go do this movie and it would have been better? Like, what?
Maybe this director, her directorial efforts are, well, kudos to her. She directed the first Step Up and 27 Dresses. And then like the biggest thing I can see here movie wise is Hot Pursuit.
Huh.
So yeah, they couldn't get anyone from the original back other than the actors, 4 of them. They couldn't even get the kids to come back.
Yeah, because I think Thora Birch was supposed to come back out of all of them.
She was supposed to, but like by the time they went into production, she had already like committed to another project. Yeah. So yeah, someone said, don't remind me of the new Craft. I haven't seen the new Craft.
It's so cringy. You know what? This is exactly the same thing. It was very cringy. It's exactly like, it's how I view Hocus Pocus 2 now.
Yes. And shout out to Rob K, who's using the little emojis that you get when you become a YouTube channel member. Just saying, $2.
What
$2.
Emojis?
It's me on a red background, twerking Tony, the little Castillo Tony, and the red H. I will add more eventually. Wow, me and Crystal don't exist. They actually might be optional. I'll add more. So yeah, Hocus Pocus 2. Was there anything you liked in it?
No.
Didn't like any of the kids in it?
No. No.
I will say the women, they were acting like the characters. They felt like the same characters. And they're in a bad movie now, but they felt like the same characters. They didn't they didn't do any other than the witches are actually good and they're misunderstood and they were made bad or whatever. Which I don't agree with. I think witches are evil and they should all be burned. That's what I think. What's the best modern witch movie? Is it The Witch?
If you want to talk about like actual horror stuff, then yeah. Not like actual like Wicca, like showing it's like, you know.
Nah, they're all evil.
I'm putting you in a jar.
Oh wait, you pointed out. So I didn't understand your text at first. Because when I was texting you complaining about the movie, I was like, wait, so they're kind of good guys? I'm like, didn't they like think they bumped into the literal devil and wanted to party with him? And then you said they show that scene on TV. And I thought you meant like when they air the first Hocus Pocus, that scene plays. I'm like, I don't remember anything bad in that. But yeah, I checked. You're right. The first Hocus Pocus movie is playing on a TV screen in this movie. I don't get it.
I have no idea.
I don't get it.
I have no idea.
I don't get it.
Hey guys, remember this movie? No shit, we remember this movie. That's why we're watching this one. Like,
it literally is.
I hate this movie.
It literally is a movie that is trying to remind you of the movie. Guys, I know the audio is not great. We will fix it for future ones. If you want, I will re-upload this with better audio. So yeah, that's all I have to say about Hocus Pocus 2. It's awful. I'll send you those.
It's trash.
I'll send
it's literally trash.
I'll send you those girls' music videos. You're gonna want to follow their Instagrams.
Okay.
Especially Shotzi. She's like big into like spooky stuff and whatnot. She like wears horror themed outfits all the time. Someone asked, have I been watching Chucky season 2? I'm 1 episode behind, but yes, I am watching it.
I'm literally starting that this weekend.
Yes, it's on Peacock. Season 1's on Peacock.
Yep.
Yes. Definitely watch Chucky. I
did see spoilers for Glenn and Glenda.
Yes.
Played by Lachlan, I forget their last name. But they were also in The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina on Netflix.
Oh.
I really like Lachlan.
Their license plate on their cars, they slash them.
I mean.
And I'm just like, oh no, don't remind me of that movie. I know it's also on Peacock, but that's not going to get me to watch it. Tony is falling in love, which, I mean, not love, and she's really hot.
With who?
Shotzi Blackheart.
Oh.
Yeah. I think I got a chance with Shotzi Blackheart.
Yeah, Tony.
You think I got a chance with a chance with Scarlett Bordeaux?
You can do anything you set your mind to, Tony.
She's dating with she's married to Karrion Kross.
Who's Raya with?
Huh?
Who's Raya with?
Oh, I think she's with Buddy Murphy or whatever his name is.
Yeah, whatever the guy's name is that she's dating. Someone put on Instagram, like on her Instagram, like, what does he have that I don't? And she replied, me. And I'm like, bruh.
That guy used to date Alexa Bliss. That lucky son of a bitch.
She's so tiny.
She's very tiny. We met her.
He went from super tiny
to Jason Jones just became a member, a YouTube channel member. Thank you so much. I believe we covered.
Is this the new like Twitch thing? Is that what this is when you're live streaming a channel member?
I guess so. Yeah.
That's what YouTube's doing now.
Well, as a channel member, you get the same stuff as Patreon, the $2 tier on Patreon.
So it's like Twitch.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
This episode was fine and fun. Tony, I'll wingman you, bro. Okay. So, we still have some time. If you guys want to leave any last super chats for us to talk about anything, now is the time. Leave us a super chat right now.
I'm trying to think of like what other movies came out this year besides horror that we could shit on.
You ever end up seeing the new Jurassic World?
I really like can't look at Chris. I can't even say his name anymore. Chris Pratt. I can't look at him anymore. He's so cringy. I can't do it. I'll get to it eventually, probably, but
I know he ruined Italian Heritage Month for us.
It's true. It's
really
true.
Did.
Yeah,
it really did. I can't believe it that they would pick.
They were hyping his voice up so much, and it's literally just his voice.
The worst.
Why is Jack Black so good though? Oh my god! When I heard him talk, I was like, no way.
What other movies?
Also, why am I sexually attracted to Bowser now?
Right. So did you see the new Hellraiser?
I did.
What did you think of that?
I liked the new Hellraiser.
You liked it.
Yeah, Jamie Queen was great.
Yes. Yeah, that was Pinhead. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Let me think. What else? What other movies were you either supposed to be in but weren't able to be in? We covered Scream.
Covered Halloween Ends.
Tony, look up Hura Watch for all your streaming. I don't know what that is, but I will look it up after this. Have you seen the Terrifier movies? I have not seen Terrifier 1 or 2 yet.
Yeah, I haven't seen them. I know what Terrifier is.
Yeah.
We were Astronomicon, wasn't he there?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was in like the full
I'm going to watch the original film it spun off of, All Hallows Eve, and then Terrifier, and I'll watch Terrifier 2. Rob K says, did you guys see Top Gun Maverick? Did you see it?
I did not see Top Gun Maverick, but Ian did, and he said it was amazing, and he keeps pushing for me to watch it, but another type of Chris Pratt person. I can't stand Tom Cruise.
Oh, I thought you couldn't stand the government wasting so much money on defense and having it glorified. That was my problem with it.
Oh my god.
But no, I talked about it in my vlog over the summer. I really did like Top Gun Maverick. Stop it. I really, really enjoyed Top Gun Maverick as one of those.
Eyeball.
It's probably one of the best legacy sequels where they bring the
boomer
back.
Made a lot of money too, didn't it?
Oh, made a ton of money. It was like a genuinely good movie. And it did pretty much everything.
What's her face in that? Jennifer
Connelly.
Oh, still a babe.
It did pretty much everything right. Like, I knew that they were going to make Tom Cruise like the hero, and I was kind of cringing at first, but the movie actually, like, there's a reason for him to be there, and that was never his character's goal. Like, his character does not want to be there for the mission.
Okay.
So it's like extreme circumstances are the reason he's there. Val Kilmer has a heartbreaking role in it. They actually use the voice to speech thing for what it's meant to be used for, not because they want to put Darth Vader and stuff. So that was like really good. It's just an overall really good film. Like, even if you don't like Tom Cruise, you would enjoy it.
I'll
it's
get
fun.
to it eventually.
And I've seen
the original one.
Yeah. I watched them back to back because it was on 4K on Amazon Prime. So I watched it on Amazon Prime, and then I went to the theater. Yeah, we have it over there. Yeah. So yeah, it is. Top Gun Maverick is really good. I think I talked more about it in the vlog. Will Thompson for $10. Any chance of you reviewing Scanners? You know, I would have to rewatch. I'm not that big on Scanners. It's got the amazing opening scene with the head blowing up, and I like the story for the film, but something about that movie could never really pull me in.
No.
Yeah.
I'm with you. Yeah.
It feels well, I think the main actor not really being like an actor. I think he was like an artist. I think that doesn't help. They made a ton of those fucking movies. They made a spinoff called Scanner Cops. I think actually, hold on. Oh, damn it. We have a Fangoria here that has a Scanners ad for one of the sequels behind it. But yeah, we might actually look at Scanners somewhere down the line. Are you going to review more Resident Evil movies? Yes, I will. I found out Cecil Trachtenberg from Good Bad Flicks actually really likes those movies, so I might have him on to make him explain himself. Scanners Cops is a ripoff. I thought that was a spinoff. Yeah, I think we'll go for 10 more minutes if you guys want to leave some more super chats. This is actually working pretty well. I'm looking at the numbers here. The chat revenue is pretty nice. It's working pretty well. It's going to be way better when we have someone running cameras and we can put graphics on the screen. The ultimate goal is if you're on the Patreon, to have the Patreon set up so you could actually call into the show.
Yeah, I saw you were talking about that. Yeah.
So I really want to do that. We're not going to leave it open to everyone because I have a feeling it'll be like, oh, hey, so-and-so, what do you have to say? And it would just be like offensive word, offensive word, offensive word. And YouTube will not like that. Maybe if we stream on Twitter. Because the boys are back. The boys are back in town. The queen is dead. The kings are back. The boys are back in town. That's going to be the anthem going into 2023. It's the boys are back in town.
Oh, and me now.
Speaking of the boys, I now have to watch the fucking boys.
It's good.
So I'm crushing really hard on that actress, Valerie Curry. Did you ever watch Tick? The new Tick?
Mm-mm.
She's the sister Dodd in it. She is a cute redhead. And she was in that stupid Blair Witch movie that I'll be reviewing soon. So I follow her. I crush on her. She's in that Detroit Become Human game.
Redhead.
Yeah. So she is apparently in The Boys, and she plays a superhero next season called Firecracker, and they released a picture of her, and I'm like, that is the sexiest I've ever seen this woman. I now need to watch The Boys. Yes, there will be a Monday episode. There will be a Monday episode. I actually, after this, I need to finish watching it and finalize it.
Oh, her. Yeah, the first thing I saw her in was it The Following? Because she's the main girl in I saw her in The Following with Kevin Bacon and James Purefoy.
Yes. That
show got stupid.
She posted a picture of her in her suit for The Boys, and I'm like, okay, I gotta watch The Boys.
Yeah, she's really hot.
Yes. Drew Greiner, sorry if I butchered that, said, did you guys see Pearl? We did not see Pearl, but if you go back, if you're tuning in late, we did talk a lot about X. We really liked X. Ugh. What the $50?
God.
Christopher Hansel takes Johanna and Crystal out to lunch. God damn it.
I love you. Amazing.
I've been having trouble getting them at the same place at the same time. I don't know.
Whose fault's that, Crystal?
I did see she is going to Monster Mania.
Yeah.
Maybe
just Saturday, I guess.
Maybe I'll take you guys out to a lovely lunch at Monster Mania.
Yeah, where we going? Wawa across the street from the convention center.
Yes, actually, if you're in the Philly, New York.
Oh yeah, you never announced this, did you?
I did. Okay. I did. But
where did you announce it?
Let's announce it again.
Where'd you announce it though?
I think I announced it in the Halloween Ends episode.
I want to know.
And I think I might be saying it in Monday's episode. We will be at Monster Mania in November. I think November 11th and 12th.
I'll double check the dates, but we will be there all weekend.
We will be there. We're going to be giving out free tapes to new subscribers. You can bring stuff to sign. We'll have shirts and posters there. Not everyone is going to be there all 3 days. Do you plan on being there all 3 days?
Maybe.
I think Crystal said that she would be there on Twitter today. Casey plans on being there for a few days, and I'll ask a few other people if they would like
11 to the 13th.
Yeah. Frank can't be there. I asked Frank to come to this last minute. He's like, oh, I'm shooting all week. I'm like, hey, Frank, you Monster Mania is at this weekend. You want to come to it? And he's like, oh, man, that's my bachelor party getaway or whatever. And I was like, oh, I'm not invited. No, I didn't do that to him. But yeah,
you want to come to my bachelorette party?
Go to your bachelorette party? Mm-hmm. Who's going to be there? Do I like them, and are they currently single?
I mean, Gina, but you don't have a chance in hell.
Yeah, I might skip it. Oh, God. Nina Vendetto, I'm sorry. Yes, I'm going to send you a poster. I wanted to have everyone here to sign the poster before I sent it to you, and I haven't been able to get everyone together to sign it. I'm sorry. It's very delayed. I let you know that I was busy. I'm sorry. You don't have to bring it up every live stream. It will get to you eventually.
So who do you need to sign it?
I need everyone, basically.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a poster and I'm going to leave it in here. And every time someone comes here to film, they can sign it.
They will sign it.
I got you.
Okay. I've seen you in the chat, like, implying things.
I got you.
And I get it. I know. I will send it to you, okay?
I got you.
I was really nice. I'll send you a poster, but, I'm busy. I want everyone to sign it. Thought it'd make it more special. Can't make anyone. Can't make everyone.
Yeah,
happy.
I'm gonna bring the poster in here, and everybody's gonna sign when they're here to film.
That
since we're not all here together.
That
would be common sense, Tony.
Yes.
Yes.
Gino Belia. I was at your Retro World Expo panel last year. I feel bad for walking out, but the couple making out in the corner made me uncomfortable. Sorry, guys. That was the worst.
You called them out and they got mad?
That was the Retro World Expo. For some reason, they made it a Cinemassacre Hack the Movies panel. The event did, apparently.
Hey, Tony, what does James smell like?
Yes. But the thing is, like, James wasn't there, so it was like the Cinemassacre B team and then my channel. And, like, no one cared. And we're, like, looking around. Like, no one asked Hack the Movies a question.
No, we got, like, one question.
Yeah. And then, like, there was a couple just making out. And I just pointed it out to everyone. I'm like, do you have a question over there? A couple who's been making out the entire time. Oh, man.
We didn't even have like volunteer in there to be like, can you like kick them out or anything? They just were like, here you go, here's a giant powder room.
Why would you kick them out? Then no one would have been making any noise.
Well, apparently people were leaving because they were uncomfortable.
I think more people should have been making out in that room. That would have been a lot more fun. What a great time. What a great time. I watched Halloween Ends last night. Still Prime Pops. That's what I watched. Oh God, yeah. Really
that was English. I love hearing.
So you really liked Halloween Ends? I didn't hate it.
I didn't like the ending. Obviously, it just kind of came out of.
So that was my thing when I said
But overall, I enjoyed all the Corey stuff. Like I'm all for that.
That's the thing. So my whole issue is I wish it happened one movie earlier, and I wish they fully because Halloween 4, the ending, they set up that the girl's going to be the next Michael Myers. Halloween 6, depending on what version, I think it's implied in both that they're going to set up another boy to be Michael Myers. But they've always.
I wish Corey was introduced in Kills.
Maybe, but the issue is like you can't have the Michael from Kills suddenly be a sad hermit when he was the Terminator. Halloween 2018, Michael, I could believe him living in if he somehow survived, I could believe him living in a tunnel, but Yeah, it came one movie too late, and I wanted them to fully commit. But I enjoyed it for what it was. I wasn't angry. People got angry.
It's not.
Did I send you the video of the guy like in the verge of tears in his car?
No, but I don't think I want to watch that.
I was nice. Didn't mention his name. Like, he seems like a nice guy, but I was just like, man, I can't relate to being sad about Halloween 13. And I know I left the theater of Ghostbusters Afterlife, but to be fair, that's only the fourth movie, and they use the real life death of a man to manufacture emotions that were not warranted, and I felt uncomfortable with that. Did you ever end up seeing that movie?
I watched it on a plane ride back from Disney.
It sucked.
I went to bed right after it. I was like, okay. The kids are great. Like, actor-wise. Like, was it Mackenzie Grace or whatever? Like, she's fantastic. Yeah. And she's, like, good at, what's she in The Handmaid's Tale now? Like, she's really good. She's another, like, where I see her, like, blowing up like Jenna Ortega.
McKenna Grace? Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. I want to watch. Apparently, Rob Lowe, for, like, Lifetime, remade The Bad Seed. The movie about the evil little girl, and she's the bad seed. Apparently, he did 2 of them, but he plays the dad and he directs it. I never got to tell my Rob Lowe story when me and Dick Masterson hung out in LA that one time. In that episode I shot out there, like, we got to get to the Rob Lowe story, and it's been like 3-4 years now. We still haven't gotten to it. I gotta tell. Did I ever tell you the Rob Lowe story?
I don't think so.
I'll tell you afterwards. Okay. Yes. So a few more minutes, and we're gonna close up here because I gotta get something to eat, and then I gotta finish Monday's episode.
I will be streaming on Twitch later tonight, either playing Scorn or some other spoopy type thing because it is spoopy weekend. If you want to come find me, it's twitch.tv/stufflikegames.
And
no one cares. Anyway, no.
The twitch.tv/actmovies. I should be finishing the Thing video game. It's just been so busy here. Every time I get home, I'm just like, I don't want to stream the same time as you. And then other nights I'm exhausted. Or
it's either, like, same with me. Like, I was keeping super consistent, and then all of a sudden, like, I've been either like just feeling like physically ill, or I'm just like super fatigued after work, and I'm just like, bro, I can't even like muster to like make myself laugh. Like, I can't even look at a TV. I just hit the microphone again. I did it again.
Yeah. So guys, let us know. Obviously, the future live stuff, it will look nicer.
Yeah.
It will be nicer.
This was what, beta technically?
This is a beta. I didn't even want to do the test live. I wanted to do it on Patreon, but I was like, I wanted to do this particular show, and the Thursday video I had planned, I didn't have time to research all the way. So I was like, fuck it. It's rough, but let's see if there's even an interest. And the chat revenue says we made $160. So I think there's interest.
I think there's
interest. Yeah, so I'm gonna see what this sounds like after it's done uploading, and then I might just re-upload it with new audio.
Okay.
And I will be putting this on the podcast feed. So I know podcast listeners, they hate live episodes of shows. So I'll understand if you guys skip this one. Vito does like a call-in show for Biggest Problem, and like people hate it, but it's fun. I do want to get to call-ins because I think it'd be fun to actually talk to you guys. That would be really, really great. And okay, it's about to be 6 o'clock. That is it from us. This was our new 2022 horror films episode. In the comments, let us know if there were any that we missed that we should watch. You should check out the ones I recommended. I think you'd like them, especially Barbarian. Definitely see Barbarian. And yeah, that is it from us. Goodbye, everyone. Keep waving. We're not done yet. Okay, and end it.